Iran's allies in Lebanon and Iraq have joined the widening war triggered by US and Israeli strikes on Tehran. But one key member of Iran's wider network has not: Yemen's Houthis. That is striking because the Houthis are not just another militia, they are a heavily armed, battle-hardened and strategically positioned group. From Yemen, they have already shown that they can threaten global shipping through the Bab el-Mandab, one of the world's most important trade routes. So while their leader, Abdul Malik al-Houthi, says his finger is on the trigger, why haven't the Houthis pulled it yet?
So at the moment, I think the Houthis are trying to stay out of the fight because they do see the very clear risk of attacking on behalf of Iran right now.
For the Houthis, this is not just a dangerous war to enter, it is also a much harder one to justify. The Houthis began as a rebel movement in northern Yemen, but over the past decade, they've become the dominant armed force in much of the country's north, seizing Sana'a in 2014 and surviving years of war against a Saudi-led coalition. But by 2023, the battlefield had gone quiet. A truce had frozen the war into stalemate, and the Houthis were being pushed towards Saudi-backed peace talks. Then came Gaza. By attacking Israel, the Houthis aligned themselves with one of the most popular causes in the Arab and Muslim world: support for Palestine.
The Houthis justified their attacks on shipping in the Red Sea in the defense of Palestine, in defense of the genocide in Gaza. But the Palestinian cause is an underpinning ideology for the Houthis.
Politically, that helped them recast themselves from Yemen's rebels into defenders of a broader cause, one far easier to sell than defending Iran.
Defense of Iran just isn't quite as much of a motivating force for the Houthis as defense of Palestine is.
That may explain their restraint. Domestic priorities, strategic timing, and the risk of retaliation from the US, Israel, and possibly Saudi Arabia. While any escalation could involve drones and missiles, their most powerful weapon may be maritime.
They could attack infrastructure in the Gulf, so possibly oil infrastructure in Saudi Arabia or in the UAE. The result from that would probably be retaliation from the Saudis or the Emiratis. Another option is attacking Israel directly, which we have seen before. However, those attacks are not particularly effective.
So, if they do escalate, the most likely first sign will be renewed attacks on shipping in the Red Sea and Gulf of Aden, putting more pressure on trade and energy routes already under strain.
So at the moment, they are enjoying being perceived as a power that could be activated and could be very effective, but so far it's just been rhetorical. So the more time that passes, the more likely they will need to prove themselves as being an effective ally, essentially.